if I didn't see you, I couldn't connect. I was trying to, when you are seeing you're seeing a vision, you are going to link it with one or two
things around,
both physical and
spiritual.
So I needed you to play that basketball so that I will now make the spiritual link better. So when he said, I'm bringing down the Yoruba Caliphate, he used the word Caliphate. And if you know, the word Caliphate is like they are a demonic authority pushing an agenda that is not the will of God. Now, the wall came down, and that's where I
that is the understanding of the caliphate as described.
It's like a kingdom. It's like a kingdom that has built a wall to hinder, progress. So when he brought down the wall, the color of the wall was brownish. When they just plastered the wall and they have not painted it. So the wall fell down. And he stepped into the rubble. He marched. The first step was because the wall collapsed on all of them. Both the Oba of Lagos, all of them that is inside it's just like when the wall of Jericho fell down, it collapsed on all of the people that are inhabited. Before the army is now waiting. But what I saw is just one angel with a sword. So he stepped
an angel with a sword.
An angel with a sword.
And you were just walking on the road.
I was just walking on it. I was just seeing it. I was just seeing it in the spirit. So when he stepped on the Oba of Lagos, I was thinking when the wall came down, he would step on maybe the leadership of Tinubu. But he stepped on the Oba of Lagos, and I'm like, these are the ones that are cooking. These are the backbone. The people that are adding
behind
the same forces. You understand?
Yeah.
So he stepped on that man. It's not on. When you talk about Lagos is not one personality.
Of course, it's a team.
Is a
the monarch,
the authority of that seat.
Yes.
Because they were the first people that made a hate speech against the Igbo nations, saying they would throw them into the lagoon if they don't vote. So hatred for the Igbos. This is not about Igbo House or Yoruba. It's about God bringing down any authority that will hinder what He wants to do. So it's not like God is siding the Igbo now. Saying me and Igbo people will. No, He has a plan. He has an agenda.
I'm bringing religion into that agenda.
I'm making it clearer now.
Okay.
The division started because He said He will not install a leader that will not favor the church. This is because I said I wanted to pick it from the beginning.
Yeah.
The truth is that He wants a leader. Any leader that we have now that does not favor the church is not the will of God. So the ministry of God and the church has to team together on this one. So he said for P to be the leader, the church
must be
has
part of
to
it.
Team together with him
to make it work.
And in that moment, that is when the forces of God will bring down those Yoruba Caliphate. And when he stepped on Oba of Lagos, he now advanced. When you have already stepped on their backbone, their backbone is broken. Other ones to just, and he was stepping into the rubbles of the fallen wall.
Yes.
Now, while this was happening, he said, he raised the sword like this. He said, and I'm going against the Fulanis. So the first word to fall is the Yoruba, not the Fulanis. Yoruba Caliphate. Because the chameleon, where they turn green to move. So they are more dangerous than these ones.
More dangerous than the Fulani.
Fulanis can show their outbursts of anger and kill and do that, but their own, they will be chopping you
gradually.
So God knows that if He brings down their caliphate, these people will be weak because it's a
network.
It's a collaborative.
Yes. That's the people that will be weak now. You mean the Fulani?
The Fulani Caliphate. So when he brought down this one, he raised his sword and said, I'm going after those ones. Those ones, their wall is a wall also. But their wall is a bit distant. Not very close, but it's like between here, in the realm of the spirit, the distance may be far, but it's like between here and that car.
Okay.
So the angel, but it's a spiritual realm.
Yes.
So the angel now raised his voice, he said, I am going after these ones. Now, as this was going on, I saw two angels. They draw a black curtain. One was standing here, one was standing here. They drew a black curtain down. And the black curtain came down, just like
a veil.
He said, in that curtain, now said, the leadership of Tinubu has closed.
I've said that since already.
So,
I knew that God.
One angel was standing here, one angel, and they drew the curtain down. And while that curtain was coming up, a white curtain went up. You understand? Whitish curtain. And when the curtain went up, the person that was stepping out from the veil of the curtain was Peter.
Wow.
Now, the difference is that there was a bright light shining from the back. As Peter was stepping out from that, it's like somebody stepping out from a stage. But there was a white, bright light shining behind him. And when you look behind him, you see Jesus himself standing behind him.
Wow.
So as he was stepping into the political, stepping into the position, Jesus himself was standing behind him. And he said, I have come to gather my church for rapture.
Wow.
So the plan of God installing P2
is not even for Nigeria economy.
So when you are seeing these things, you just, you see, so
he wants to take his people.
He wants to install the leadership.
I decree in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ.
You have a call.
I decree that.
Hello? He was stepping out, and Jesus himself was standing behind him. The brightness, you now see what he said is like a footnote. The glory of Peter B is not his glory.
Yeah.
It's the glory of the person
behind him.
Personally. So when Peter B is there, everywhere Peter, it is the glory of Jesus radiating from the back.
Yeah.
You understand? And when he said,
not sorry to cut you, you know that even P2B himself, look at, he was, what party was he? I think it was PDP now, right?
Somebody is snapping my.
So, like, P2B had migrated from one party to another party, to Labour Party, and you could see that people just follow him. In fact, right now, the campaign is not for.
Let me tell you why some things are really spiritual. Prophet Hubert Angel, you know Prophet Hubert Angel?
Yeah, I've seen him on that.
He said 3 presidents from Nigeria came to meet me. Prophet Hubert Angel is not normal prophet. It's not a regular everyday prophet, you see. His spiritual father, as a matter of fact, for the records, is Pastor Chris himself. So, yes, so these are not people that it is the glory of the church in collabo with God himself.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
That will make him stand. So that the plan of God, because he said, what God said, as Peter Ojo was stepping out, the Spirit of God was saying, He's installing somebody that will, by the installing of this person, He will gather His church for rapture.
So this is not even about Biafra. It has nothing to do with Biafra.
does God have Biafra in his calendar? So this is a purging time for the church to unite together.
That's just that's the message.
Uniting together to push P2B to be on the throne. That exercise is bringing them in unity of faith.
Do you know that now this is actually to tell that for too many people who are thinking, who are afraid, from what I can get from this your vision now, is that for so many people are contemplating and are skeptical about P2B, not because they don't like him, but they're afraid of where he's coming from, the east. That if P2B gets into that seat now, he will put Biafra in his head. And personally, I don't even see P2B as someone who is really pursuing Biafra.
The Bible says, my people are crushed because of
lack of knowledge.
Revelation.
Okay, yeah, that's for knowledge. Relational knowledge.
If you want to understand the Nigerian politics, you will never understand it from the media perspective.
At all. It must be
understand it
connected.
from two angles. What are the great watchers? Men of God, spiritual watchers. We are the men of God, spiritual authorities. What are they saying? What are they saying? Like, I don't
sorry to say, it might shock you that the main message might not come from all this. The likes of people that it might just be coming from you now, because your name now will not trend anywhere.
No, you don't understand what I'm saying.
People will not take your message serious.
You don't understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying they are not obliged to see. Even sometimes God shows you a vision. He doesn't ask you to share it with somebody. Share it on your own.
You're on your own, yeah.
You know, sometimes God shows you a vision for your knowledge. He can tell you discuss it or not. Sometimes if he shows you a vision and you go and disclose it and he didn't ask you to, sometimes he will even punish you for that. Do you get it? So the fact that people are men of God and they are not sharing the vision, saying what God told them. They are not obliged to say what God told them unless God told them to say it. Do you get it?
That's another great point.
I'm telling you. So I may see something and I'm saying it. I may even be wrong saying what I saw. Because the question will be, did God ask you to say it? You understand? That is why most of the times I see things, I don't say what I see. I don't even say everything I see. Because it's very wrong. You may, if not that is you, there are people that cannot open mouth and be talking. Even though they are Christians, they will even hate you that you saw a vision.
Yes.
They will say, don't share, you don't be serious. Or maybe at the end of the day,
they want turn Nigeria to religion again.
Now why all these churches they always deceive you people? Those kind of people talking around you is already telling you that something is wrong. Not that something is wrong with you. It means that you are with the wrong kind of set of people.
Yeah.
So if
the angel is with a sword.
The reason why the angel is with a sword, when you see an angel of the Lord with a sword like this, it's a sign of war.
Yeah.
It's a war. That's why he say, I'm bringing down one angel. He said, I'm bringing down the caliphates of the Yorubas. And when that wall fell down, you will be thinking the first person he will step on his head is Tinubu, Oba of Lagos.
Wow.
He actually smashed his throne with his one leg.
Wow.
Because the wall came down on them. So we didn't even see Tinubu because probably the wall has crushed him. Shane that one where they shake like feather like this. Maybe that wall don't finish it.
Lord have mercy.
And I didn't see him stepping on Tinubu. I only see him stepping on Oba of Lagos. When he now raised his sword to say he's going after the Fulanis. Maybe
have you seen a video? Because this thing now, as we said it now, I just remember the video. I don't know the set of people Tinubu was talking with, but he was telling them that he was saying it in Yoruba, that this is no longer a joke. Everybody buckle up. This is not a joking matter. He was telling them, that was this week
in
Yoruba.
Lagos Palace. As the one he was saying in Oba of Lagos Palace.
I didn't check.
The first time he entered, the Oba of Lagos said the president of he was introducing Tinubu already as the president of Nigeria.
Wow.
I already seen this vision before this video were coming out.
Wow.
You understand? And the Tinubu said, not yet too. You understand? So if he said
this is serious, this is going to be a serious commitment. He said he used the statement and said everybody, all hands on deck. Yes, something like that. He was saying it in Yoruba. You know me, I don't understand Yoruba very well now, so I really don't get it.
What does that tell you?
War.
He is at war with the Almighty God, not you.
Of course now.
But because you don't...
He's not even at war with Peter Obi at all.
Because in that...
But he's just in Peter Obi.
In that, remember, for Peter Obi to emerge, there was a white veil covering him.
Yes.
Meaning that...
Which means the battle is already finished. Ahead, it's done.
So no arrow from the battle or shrapnel.
No contest.
No shrapnel from the explosion or whatever that happened in the battle touched him.
He's not aware.
He's not aware. He's just a man. Innocent man.
Jehovah.
Look at Ekoremadu. Poked Peter Obi. God took him down with the scandal.
Look at this man too. Mbaka.
Poked Peter Obi.
Catholic.
Adoration.
So it's not even about Peter Obi. We need to understand that it is not about Peter Obi. It's just that Peter Obi is the face we can see. It is about the rapture. It's about Jesus himself.
Exactly.
The plan is the rapture.
Because I said something to somebody. Somebody was talking. He said he doesn't really care the lady
who comes in or not.
That what he wants is the right person. I say, excuse me.
Who told you even Peter Obi is right?
Wait, I told him.
In the eyes of man.
I told him, wait. How do you know the right person?
Thank you very much.
He said, we don't really trust the
Yorubas, we don't trust the Northerners.
We don't know what they're
about.
I said, see, are you a Christian? He said, yes. I said, you're a Christian. He said, anybody that doesn't favor the church should not be in that room.
Whether he's an Igbo person or not.
Because
it's not about
will be the one that will suffer.
Yes.
That these two people, if I look in the realm of the spirit, we have two antichrists, but you are not seeing them. You are not seeing them. Two antichrists is what we have. Bola Tinubu, Atiku.
They are in the same umbrella.
They are antichrists.
One is umbrella.
I said none of them.
I
said none of them has done anything for the church. Go and check their records. And Peter Obi had done everything for both humanity and the church. I don't care whether he's Catholic.
Let's forget Catholic. Let's forget it's none of anybody's business.
The fact that in that vision,
Jesus is involved.
Let me tell you, God doesn't need the most righteous person. He
No.
that has a willing heart.
Yes, that is available.
The point that Peter Obi has a willing heart that Jesus had that made him feed 5,000 with 5 bread and 2 fishes. He is willing to work with him. So who we are looking for fault? He doesn't have structure. Your father has structure, and this country.
I bet we will not even talk about structure.
So I saw that vision.
We don't even want those with structure again.
I saw that vision.
We want those that has the mandate of Christ.
I was really thanking God because
we don't even want people with the plan for Biafra.
That was why.
No, we need to make that clear.
No.
It's not about Biafra.
Listen, that was why when Nnamdi Kanu was agitating, I washed my hand, I withdrew because I was seeing something.
Self.
1, 2. Your
aggressiveness.
Your whole talks may be right.
But the attitude.
Your argument. No, forget attitude, sir. After all, somebody that has been wounded
doesn't have the right attitude. Yes.
So I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at all he said and tabled before is right. I'm not counteracting him. I'm not saying you should have to take it easy. No.
Anybody that is wounded doesn't have the right attitude to fight.
He's not using the language. He's not diplomatic. I don't have a problem with that. This is where I was hiding. what is the mind? What is the mind?
What is the mind of God?
Because somebody may be fronting
what is right, but the mind, but that is yes, but that is not the plan of God.
In your mind, do you ever think that God will be thinking Biafra? What God is thinking is His church.
Is His church, not
that
Biafra.
Same energy. Now listen, because when I say some things, you may not know I see things from a different dimension. That same energy He was using to do this.
Has He used that same energy to propagate Christ?
Let me even say it. He's right. Because
he's right now. Nobody
is freedom. There are some.
He's not the only one pushing it now. Yorubas too have their own now.
There are some countries that has become a nation today through such moves. So I have no problem with Nnamdi Kanu whatsoever. But the day I had a problem with Nnamdi Kanu is the day he hit TB Joshua.
TB Joshua, okay.
The day he hit TB Joshua, it wasn't up to him, he was arrested and locked up. That was his biggest mistake.
He shouldn't involve any man of God, whether, no matter whatever he thinks about such people. Maybe he call them.
And I said, if you have a problem...
And really, you are not a member of TB Joshua's church.
Me?
I need to, I'm recording this thing. So,
why am I...
anybody who heard it will not say you are... these are one of TB Joshua's...
Let me say this. I'm not a member of TB Joshua Church because God didn't send me there. Okay? But they know born me well to open my mouth to speak against those men of God.
Those men of God, not about TB Joshua alone.
Not about, like you now say, let me even pick a church that is not very popular. Let me say, you pick a church like, which church is not very popular but is active? Or let me say you pick Dominion City.
Dominion City, very popular.
Or you pick, let me even say Sele.
Let
me even use Sele.
We don't know any Geo on Sele that
we
is
don't
known.
know any Geo. You now say, do you think you are called of God? Are you okay? How do you want to start explaining to God when He asks you who sent you on that errand?
Exactly. How would you explain to God?
So, now,
and how do you know the one I called?
Now, the truth is this. They normally say, we are making mistake. We should be correcting men of God if they do mistake. I'm not against you correcting men of God, but just know there are levels.
Yes, when you do so.
If this guy is an authority, God has positioned a bishop to correct him. If God has not anointed you above the authority of that man, you don't have any right to say a word. I can only correct somebody that has been anointed
and fit for that.
For example, now
God might even be the one that will call that person and say, "Go and tell this person this."
I can put it like this. Like now, can we say this is a church now? I'm the
general overseer.
You are the resident pastor. And this one is your member. Okay, your member has no right to correct you. I am the one that has the right to correct you. Okay?
Because so the member should come and tell you.
Yeah, if the members don't even have the right to tell me, the members have to pray for God to reveal it to you. Pray for you, pray for me. Now God reveals it to me. I call you on phone. Mr. Meka, I'm just
okay.
Mr. Winston, I was in prayer and the Lord said something to me. There's something you are doing I don't really like, but the Lord ministered to me to let you know it is wrong. That is the hierarchy.
To communicate that fault.
Then you will be on your knees saying, yes, sir, it will not happen again. It will not happen again. But not your member. Pointing, accusing finger on you. You don't do that. So, unless I am...
You are pointing, accusing finger on God.
Unless I am the praise, that's why if you watch P2B is so smart.
No, that's a smart man.
When Father Mbaka hit him,
He diplomatically
he said, when they were not interviewing him, he said, Father Mbaka, I still
respect you.
It's my father.
He dodged himself.
He dodged himself. He didn't say, Nago go punish her.
When he become pastor,
he first of all made it clear that Reverend Father Mbaka is an anointed man of God. That whatever he had said wrong, I will pray for him. If he said right, I will pray for him.
The man washing hand off.
That understands authority.
Correct.
That you are going to be the president doesn't make you an authority
over anybody called. Yes.
You say,
no matter his fault. Look at the person that could correct him. The Catholic.
And that was the
Catholic office.
Adoration ministry.
Exactly.
And nothing happened. God is
nothing. Nobody.
So
God will not fight adoration. Will not fight the authority of the Catholic, because that is a high authority that can shut him up.
You now see what I was thinking when I was thinking. When people are hitting their spiritual authority,
they should be careful.
Themselves on the leg. That's what
it's not about whether your spiritual authority is right or wrong.
It's not about so what I was saying is that Nnamdi Kanu was flying in his campaign for Biafra. Things he was gaining ground. And they could not see him, they could not catch him. The day he got it wrong was that, in fact, I watched the video, I was disgusted. I watched the video on Facebook. I said, in my mind, what I said there, if you have grudges
against somebody,
against this man, keep it in your bedroom
and follow your course.
Wait, God can forgive you there.
Yes.
But the day you go
make it public,
social media,
and make it public,
God will have a very big problem with you. Because if you have a personal problem with TB Joshua, God may give you time, maybe 1 month, 2, 3 months. He may come in your dream and tell you, my son.
How far?
So you I mean set up this thing so make you carabali.
I'll share something with you that I saw in my dream last night.
You understand what
I just remembered it now again.
To you to Farabale that I'm the one involved. Do you get it?
Yes.
You know? But the day you come public on the internet and speak against the man of God, do you know how many souls will go to hell hearing you?
It's not even about that man of God.
We had so much problem with you.
It's not even about that man of God.
And let me tell you, it wasn't up to 2 weeks. He was arrested and silenced.
It was there. We all talked about it here.
When I was now tracking what happened, what I tracked it to that video you made, I see you shot yourself on the head. So all the years you were making this video and making all these audios,
you've been safe.
God has been covering you with one angel. Just one angel. The day you hit the man of God, the angel departed. They just